What's up, everybody? Let me get the sound working. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Bum 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 bum. We're doing a live chat. It's on a Sunday. Bum 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 bum. What's up, everybody? Who's there? Who's out there now? Checking 1 2 checking check. Oh, hold on. I'm here, everybody. I'm just off camera. Do not be alarmed. Do not be alarmed, citizens of Gotham. I'm not hiding from you, citizens of Gotham. I am here. Listen to the sound of my voice. I'm in the Batcave. Alfred has not let me out yet. I'm finishing. I have my smoothie ready to go. I've got water. Hello, citizens of Gotham. Welcome. Welcome, citizens of Gotham, to the Political Vigilante live chat. What's up? Farkas Garvey, Bang Bang, Joshua, Andres, Keith M, Chemical Shed, Jesus, Nomos, Megan, what's up? Glowing. I will never go outside until they test and certify everybody for COVID-19. Smart. Big A05, what's up? Concerned. Shave your knuckles for justice, Ray Foley. Thank you so much for supporting the show out of the gate. Tom Clark. Hey, Graham, you shave your knuckles for justice? I shave my feet for justice. Outstanding, Tom. I shave my... Never mind. Like Crunch Remake... You're growing your hair for justice. So am I. Man, I need a haircut. Oh, I'm gonna are they gonna slowly relax the lockdown? Or are they gonna, I don't know. I'm here until the press conference starts. You got it, Sam. Taylor Branch. Shave your knuckles, we're not gonna share McRae. Your coverage of the Epstein story must be really difficult to cover emotionally. Thanks for doing it. Thank you, Sherry. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But hit the like button, everybody. Oh, let me share this on social media. Let's make sure everybody knows that I'm alive. I'm here. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, another brain freeze. I will answer your brain freeze questions. I am live now. YouTube.com/Graham Elwood, live from the Political Vigilante. Oh, all right. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. The ability to make vitamin D, which depends on skin color, might be an important factor in affecting COVID-19 demographics. Oh, wow. Crazy. All right, David. All right, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante live chat. Come on down. Got my COVID test result negative, but I'm still feverish and aching. Hope my... Man. All right, Sandra, I hope you're doing all right. Mm. Speaking of MLS, Seattle Times had an article about the Sounders match they let happen. Oh, really? The Sounders played a game? The Epstein stories were fascinating. Are you going to cover more? Are you going to have more to add tonight? Graham, this is the 10th time I'm telling you are drinking a bad form of almond. Yours has carrageenan in it. Okay, I don't know about that. Tastes great. Oh, I just need to have it. I'm sorry, I just need to smoothie it out. Actually, I'm not using almond milk in this. I found, because, you know, I go to this, if I go to the store in the morning, I can't, there's a line out the door because that's when all the toilet paper's there. And I'm not waiting in line. So I have to just go to this store, whatever store is open, wherever there's not, I'm not going in a crowded store. I'm not waiting in a line. I'm sort of, I sort of have to, let me step off here real quick and get something. Here's the milk I found because it was all they had. That, and I've never had it before, but I actually like it. It's called Good Karma Flax Milk and Protein Unsweetened. I've never had this before. It's really interesting. Here's what's in it. Flax milk, filtered water, cold-pressed organic flax oil, pea protein, pea starch, haha, I said pea, natural flavors. That's sketchy. Tricalcium phosphate, sunflower lecithin, gellium gum, xanthan gum, sea salt, vitamin A. I don't know, maybe some of that stuff's awful that's in there. I don't know. Oh, it's such a thing. Such a thing. I'm just like, I can't like get my regular, like, it's just at the mercy. A friend of mine was telling me about Instacart. I've never used it. I like supporting, there's a local market by me, and then there's also a co-op by me that I like shopping at, but if they're packed or they're empty, there's certain things I'd like to get. I've never used Instacart. A friend of mine was telling me about it. But so have any, like, I don't know anything. Is Instacart, is it cool? Is it a good company? Is it owned by some evil corporation? Is it like, what's the story on them, if any of you know? Last night, the Convo Couch had a woman who worked in Bernie's campaign in LA, and she talked about the horrible abuse and how it made it difficult for them to effectively run the campaign. Wow, not surprising at that at all. Flax milk. Oh. Rice milk is delicious. Yeah, it's a little sweet, the thing with rice milk. That's the only thing about rice milk. It just gets a little too sweet for me personally. Do I know Kenneth Mejia of the LA Green Party? I don't know him personally, but I remember when he made it in 2018, he made it out of the primary to the general, which was pretty impressive. I think it would be a good interview. He was a burner who demoted and ran for state president. Yeah, sure, I'd love to have him on the show. Lisa, just finished your last video, shared it with my 4 sisters. Wake up time. Thank you, Graham, for all your hard work. Love from Chicago. Oh, love me some Chi-Town. 145 watching. Hit the like button. 54 likes. Oh. Such a great smoothie. Smoothie. I smell it different. Smoothie. SMOOVEE. Smoothie. God. Heaven has to just have perfect waves and smoothies, if it exists. So yeah, several questions. I've done several Epstein videos. I don't have a specific topic to talk about today because I'm waiting on some stuff from Whitney Webb, but it's like a 50-some minute interview with Whitney Webb. So let me see if she's emailed it to me yet. So I don't have anything, a new thing with regards to Epstein on this actual live stream. What I'm waiting for from Whitney is she's going to send me some excerpts of her phone conversation with Maria Farmer. Maria Farmer is the Epstein survivor who has done a bunch of interviews and basically talked about how she came forward in '96 and the FBI and the media won't. The FBI actually, she said she was worse. She has firsthand account of how evil and awful Ghislaine Maxwell was, and a bunch of other very powerful people. And one of the things she relayed to Whitney, so Whitney, we couldn't figure out the technical stuff when I interviewed Whitney for her to play some of the excerpts. So she's going to send me those excerpts, and I'm going to play them on my show and talk about them, and break that down. I also realized, and this is completely my fault. Maria Farmer actually emailed me in January and said she was, and these are my interviews and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, let's get you on the show. And she goes, yeah, let me think about it. And then, I get so busy and it's just me and I don't have an assistant. And then like all the election stuff happened and Ron and I and Jimmy, and we're traveling a lot in February and then the pandemic. And then I just like, so I reached back out to Maria and I'm waiting to hear back if she wants to come back on the show or not. I don't know. She might not want to because maybe she just like did her interview with Whitney and that was that. And which I totally understand. Her story's pretty horrific, but I will continue to cover this. At the very least, I'm going to go through some of the phone call that Whitney did. And excerpts of Whitney's phone call are on. She's now working for The Last American Vagabond. And they did their show, and she also played some of the phone stuff on Tim Dillon's podcast. So listen to those. But I will be having more of it probably this week. And somebody's earlier question of it must be hard to, it's extremely hard to do. I'm not going to lie to you, like doing the Epstein stuff. It's not easy to cover because it's pretty dark, but I feel so much of an obligation to the survivors like Maria Farmer and Virginia Roberts, Virginia Roberts Giuffre, because of what they had to go through. So, and, I covered it a lot over the summer and then, into September. And then, to be honest with you, part of it was it was just hard to keep talking about. And then I went to Russia and was focusing on that. And then Ron and I went to Australia and I was focusing on that. And so it's not that I, and I said I'm going to keep covering Epstein, and I will. It's just it's part of it is it's just me, and there's no one else. I mean, so, and then also it's hard doing that interview with Whitney talking about this. We both were like, man. I mean, I asked her before we actually recorded the interview, I was like, she goes, man, that she had a 3-hour phone call with Maria Farmer, and she was like, it was tough. She goes, after that phone call, I just cried. It was brutal. But Whitney feels like, as do I, we got to get this out. And, now that Bernie has sold us out again and capitulated to the Democratic establishment, I don't even know if I'm going to really, what is there to talk about with that stupid election? It was a scam anyway, I guess. So I'm going to talk about this, especially since Bill Gates keeps trying to talk, oh, he's the hero with the vaccine and he's going to save us all. I don't trust that guy at all. And I've done several videos on his tie, two Epstein, Bill Gates videos showing his ties. He flew on Epstein's plane. They've known each other since the 90s. So, yeah. You were correct, Allison. Mind-boggling nightmares. Yeah, we gotta have her. That's the obligation I feel, and I think Whitney and I were talking about this. I mean, I just think that these women are putting their lives on the line to go through this. And Maria's, been harassed. They've all been harassed. And one of the things that Whitney brought up in our interview was just like the women, the girls who have just disappeared, what happened to them. And like, I just feel an obligation. Like they went through hell. They went through complete hell, like a nightmare. And then you hear, Maria say like the staff, at some like Les Wexner's place and stuff like that, were like these women from Thailand or the Philippines or whatever. And they would just say, oh, we were stolen. And you just feel like, I got to be honest, like off after that interview, I felt bad. Like, oh man, I should have responded to Maria sooner. I should have done more videos. I should, and it's just hard. It's just hard to find a balance because it's nightmarish. The toughest part about it, I think, is just to get my head around it. And this happened over the summer. Is like, something like Jerry Sandusky. You go, oh, it's just that one, Jerry Sandusky, one university. Oh, they, that was bad and they covered it up and they should have done more. It was awful, but it was just a self-contained thing. Or this one Catholic priest in this one parish or this one coach or this one teacher. And you're like, it's awful. And, so you go into this and you just see like, it's like the global elites. It is the people running the whole world are doing this. And as Virginia Roberts said in an interview, she goes, everybody knew about it. Everyone, we were hidden in plain sight. And it extends to the Rothschilds, which have deep ties to the royal family, Trump, the Clintons, Epstein, everybody, Dershowitz, William Barr. Why hasn't the QAnon people that think, oh, Trump's the hero is going to go? Why hasn't Barr arrested anybody? Come on, man, that's a joke. Yeah, it is hard. It is hard to sleep. It is hard to do. We have to keep talking about it. And I'll try to keep. I am going to keep it going as much as I can and find new information. YouTube took down George Galloway's live stream from today. God. Okay, Trump is live. If you do Trump's live now. Oh wow. All right, let's read some super chats, ladies and gentlemen. Get into a segment. 233 watching, 102 likes. Yeah, and that's the thing. In talking to Whitney about this is like we both were like, wow. Every time you think you were just barely scratching the surface, and the more you dig, the more like horrific it goes. That Les Wexner is just the head of the snake in this country. Shave Your Knuckles for Justice from Anchorage, Alaska. You got it. Yep. What do I know about MMT? A fair amount. I have a whole MMT playlist. And I'm going to have Jeff Epstein, not the bad one, the good one from Citizens Media TV. So if you want to learn more about MMT, go. I have an MMT playlist. I have several playlists to break down different topics within my show, Political Vigilante. So on my MMT playlist, you can see it completely explained in numerous ways. Several videos with Jeff, with Fidel Kaboub, with Stephen Hale. And Jeff's coming back on the show tomorrow. I'm not sure when that video will drop, but he's going to come back on the show. More stuff talking as it relates to this new stimulus package and how the Federal Reserve is just handing out money. Not to us, of course, to the Wall Street, but yeah. So watch that MMT playlist. I also have a Jeffrey Epstein playlist. I have a Julian Assange playlist. And I have a demonetized playlist. All the videos that they've taken advertising down, either fully no advertising at all or what they call limited advertising. You'll see some crossover. Ray Foley, boom. Thanks again, brother. Mad S, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. I'm planning a road trip from Detroit to my home in Southern California this week. Any advice? Oh, wow. Well, bring wipes or bleach or something like that. So like when you have to stop, you know, at a hotel or whatever, rest stop, wipe it down, wash your hand, you know, bring some masks. That's what I would suggest. But when you get here, there's some beaches that are open. Some in Orange County, Ventura County is opening some stuff up. I think the LA County beaches are going to stay closed for probably another month at least, if not more. But travel safe. Sure, the roads are wide open. BA, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. If mainstream media exposed all of this, the ruling class would be gone. Cuomo cracked a little recently, but we need them to turn en masse and do real journalism. Yeah, Cuomo was like, what am I doing here? Well, I hope the journalists within see it and revolt and break out and leave. It's like when, you know, people like Mike Preisner who were in the military come out after they get out and say it ain't right, or the people in Veterans for Peace, you know. We need people from within to sort of defect, and you can't change from within. Good luck, but you need to defect and point it out. And we've seen a lot of those people, you know, who are now in indie media, who had jobs in corporate media and have defected and come out. So, well, the reason why the corporate media won't call out the ruling class is they're owned by the ruling class. They are the propaganda arm of the ruling class. You see how quickly this gets, you know, I mean, again, one of the things Whitney Webb said to me about her conversation with Maria Farmer is Maria, like, only like she would sit down and do these interviews with these mainstream journalists on big platforms, ABC, places like that. And she would watch and they would only talk like 5% of her story. And they would mainly just focus it on Epstein. And Epstein within the hierarchy he wasn't the top head guy. He took his marching orders from Les Wexner and others. So that's why when he got arrested again, they were like, oh, we got him off in 2009 and swept it under the rug, but he keeps getting caught. So we're going to have to, they made a decision like we need to get rid of him because he's a problem. And so, but even Maria Farmer said like, they own the media. So that's why there's all these. And I said this last summer, if you go through and watch my Epstein playlist, you'll see when it first happened, I said, and when stories did come out in the mainstream media about Epstein, it was never about the powerful, the people in his black book. It was always about, oh, the two guards. And I predicted it. I said, when they denied bail, I go, they're gonna kill him in prison. His black book. There's a video I did called Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book Will Get Him Killed. and that came out 2 weeks before he died, or disappeared, or hung himself with a paper T-shirt, or whatever happened. And even Maria Farmer said, he goes, the debate over, is he still alive? Is he not alive? She goes, that's part of the distraction. Because again, we're having this debate. Did the CIA just extract him, or Mossad, or did somebody have him killed in prison? Again, in that, listen to what we're not talking about having that debate. That's why I spent very little time on that. I was just like, I don't know. We all know he didn't kill himself. That we know for certain. And the fact that he didn't kill himself shows you who's really in charge. And having this debate on if it was who's CIA, whatever, that's part of the distraction. So when Epstein is talked about, it's talked about in these very sort of contained, packaged things. And I said, this is what's going to happen. They're going to make it seem like, oh, we got him, the bat. And after, he died in prison, it was like, well, we got him. He's dead now. So, And then that judge's ruling saying that just came out, the statute of limitations in the middle of all this pandemic. It's like, this is what happened. And that's what kind of got Whitney Webb back on the case and talking to Maria, and got me back involved more. And, when I started a week or two ago, started looking at what Bill Gates was doing and digging more into who Bill Gates' ties, and Whitney, when I had her on the show a week or so ago. And even people in indie media haven't been covering it as much. And I get it. There's other things. Like, I'm not a news department. If I had a team of people, I would assign one person to, like, you cover the election and election fraud. You cover the environment. You cover the climate change. You cover military industrial complex. I'll take Epstein or whatever. But that's not what I got. So I got you all, and I'm doing the best that I can. And I really appreciate you supporting the show. And it is not easy covering the Epsteins. I will just tell you that it is not easy at all. There's no other way to put it. Yeah, the judge ruled in favor of the monsters. Who paid off that judge? Absolutely. You're seeing how the most powerful people are involved. When the judge made that ruling, it was like, oh, who's that judge work for? Is he threatened? Was he paid off? Is he a pedophile with them? I mean, you listen to the survivors. You listen to Maria and Virginia Rock. You listen to them. And there's some fake survivors too that are coming forward that say stuff that's not true. And so that's why you got to be careful. I've had some people email me, Graham, I got all this Epstein, and I'm just like, be careful. I got to be careful. So, yeah. But it is up to all of us to keep the story going. And again, we're not talking about here. The impeachment trial was, I thought it was in a distraction. When I was on Crosstalk in December, I said on Peter Lavelle's show, this is the distraction. The impeachment is a distraction. We're not talking about climate change. We're not talking about the corruption at the DNC. We're not talking about Epstein. And all of these things are distractions. And I'm not saying COVID isn't a real thing. And it's serious. It's awful. There's a lot of people dying and passing away. It's bad. The number just spiked yesterday in LA, and it's hitting senior citizen center. A woman that was a healthcare worker, a woman that was 21 passed away. Like it's a real thing, but it can be both. Some people are like, this COVID thing's a fake, and they're just using it to take away our rights. It doesn't have to be either or. It's like, it's real. It's a real threat. It's a real thing. And they're using it. That's what the powerful do. They use it to their advantage. 144 likes. Hit the like button, everybody. A capitalist went crying off of Crosstalk yesterday. Yeah, Richard Wolff is, man, he's awesome. Hello, new people. Abel, Cat B. What's up? Yeah, so just having Whitney on the show. Yeah, and I heard that Bob Dylan song "Shelter from the Storm," which is just a beautiful song, and it's just like I've been listening to it on repeat. Like, had a hard time sleeping last night. I was just in the darkness in the middle of my apartment, just standing there listening to that song. Oh. But also, we had a lot of fun. That's why I gotta find as much fun things to do today. I want to bike ride today, which the weather's starting to get beautiful here. And I will go to whatever beach is open. I'm not going to go to a beach that's closed. I'm not going to get a ticket or whatever. I just don't want some cop chasing me. I don't want to go through that. But I'm going to keep surfing and doing yoga. JFK Jr. on your show. I think that's RFK Jr. What up? Sorry, I know I seem a little all over the place today. But we did the comedy show, the Progressive Comedy Tour show on Zoom yesterday. It was our 4th Saturday in a row. We're doing every Saturday at 5. I will give you the link for next Saturday's show. And it's so fun, and we all get to laugh and have a good time. And it's also it's good for Ron and I too. So here's the show next week. They're $5. And you get to kind of all hang out like it's a show. I mean, like we have some people. Here's next Saturday's ticket link right here. There, I just put it up. Next Saturday, 5 o'clock Pacific time. We're just going to keep doing Saturday. We figured out, we tried different times, and 5 o'clock works the best. So we're just Saturday, 5 o'clock Pacific. It's 8 o'clock on the East Coast. Sunday morning in Australia. So check that out. Yeah, where's Julie Maxwell held up? Yeah. Maria Farmer believes she's being protected by the Rothschilds and the royal family in England, somewhere in the UK. But yeah, the show is. So here's what I'm doing with the beautiful day, Northern California coast. Oh, Ember, 33. I'm glad you liked the show yesterday. Here's what I'm doing with the shows. I'm taking the whole comedy show. I'm recording the whole show. So you hear all the Ron stuff, my stuff. And I'm putting it on, if you're a $5 and up level patron, I'm putting it on Patreon at the $5 level. I'm going to pull out a couple of fun little bits, like I did Granny Petrol, I did Shimshay, and those little clips, I'm going to drop those as regular clips for everybody. I wanted to put the whole show on Rockfin too, on the premium level on Rockfin, but it's Rockfin has a file can't be too big, so that's the only way it gets into a little bit of a problem on Rockfin. But I want to announce this. I don't know if we've set the date. Hold on, let me check real quick. I gotta check something real quick. So I think so tomorrow night, I'm going live exclusively on Rockfin. Go to rockfin.com/Graham Elwood and follow me on Rockfin. It'll be live. It'll be exclusively on Rockfin. It won't be, I'm not streaming it in multiple platforms, and I'm going to start doing that every week. I'm going to do Monday nights are going to be my Rockfin live shows. I want to put more live content on Rockfin. So that's tomorrow night, probably around 7 or 8 o'clock Pacific time. Let me see if Jimmy's going live. I want to see if he's going live tomorrow night when he's done.
If he's going live tomorrow, which he probably is, then I will go live at 8 o'clock because he usually finishes between 7:30 and 8. If he's not going live tomorrow, I'll go live at 7. But I'll make that announcement tomorrow on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter at Graham Elwood. But I'm going live exclusively on rockfin.com/Graham Elwood tomorrow night. So follow me. I think they send out notifications. I'm not quite sure. It's a newer, smaller platform. Obviously, it doesn't have the big tech behind it like YouTube does, but it's really cool. It's blockchain, it's cryptocurrency is how they pay me, and all the content creators, which means they mine their own cryptocurrency, if you're not that familiar with crypto. So they've created their own currency that they pay us in, which means all the content creators, myself, Nico, Convo Couch, Ron, Jackson Facts, I believe, is on there. You can, so we're all owners of it, which means a big tech company like Facebook or Google or whatever can't come in and buy it. And that has been my backup plan for the last year, especially since I've had some problems now with YouTube. I've appealed the warnings that they've given me, and I won the last appeal, but, you know, the New York Times put out an article saying people shouldn't be so mean to Bill Gates. So no, my understanding, truth to tweet, is you will not need to sign up for a paid subscription for Rockfin to see my live stream tomorrow. You can just go to my Rockfin channel and it will be live. So Rockfin does a similar kind of model like YouTube, where there's all these free, I put up free content, and then if you want to pay $10 a month, you get to get their premium content. But my understanding is it'll be completely free. The whole goal of me doing exclusive content on Rockfin is to just drive more people to just start watching Rockfin. So I've been putting all of my videos for the last like 10, 11 months on Rockfin. So you can start just watching the videos I drop on YouTube, I drop on Rockfin. And the videos I put on Patreon are premium videos on Rockfin. So you don't have to support me there financially, but just follow me. It's like, you know, YouTube calls it subscribe, Rockfin calls it follow, and then endorse the videos. When you do that, I get a little bit of residual crypto income. So it's a great free way to support what I'm doing. I know a lot of you have money's tight with the pandemic and you've been laid off, and I totally get that. That is a great free way to support what I'm doing. So that's tomorrow night. Where are you, Jimmy? I don't know. Jimmy doesn't usually go live on Sundays. Usually it's always thing, but it's what time is the Rockfin show? Will either be 7 or 8 o'clock Pacific time tomorrow night, Monday. Monday, April 20th. Sorry, I have a little something in my throat. But I will announce it. And the crypto can increase in value. Yes, so that's the other thing about crypto is it's more like a stock, like a commodity. Like it's trading at right now, I don't know, it's valued at about 30 some cents. So if you have one crypto, this Ray coin, but then it can go up and down, and it'll probably go up, especially since the Fed just keeps dumping money into, just dumping fiat currency into the market. And what happened too is this Ray currency that is what is created and mined by Rockfin. I'm not a big crypto expert, so I'm just trying to explain this in the simple terms that it was explained to me. So they mine their own currency. It's called Ray, R-A-E, and that's what they pay us in. And it really went up in value in like January, which was great. And then when all the markets crashed because of the pandemic, all the cryptos crashed too. But that was largely because a lot of the big banks, the last 3, 4, 5 years, when Bitcoin went nuts, they all started buying, the big banks started buying cryptocurrency. And then when the markets tanked because of COVID, they dumped all their currency in February and March. So it made crypto go down, but the thinking is that crypto is going to just start creeping back up as fiat currency, as the dollar becomes more devalued, which is why, and I think the powers that be know this, which is why I do those videos showing like China, Russia, and Pakistan and India not trading on the dollar anymore. You know, the Chinese trading oil on the, not the petrodollar anymore, but the petro yuan. That's the powers that be in this country are like, whoa, we can't have that happen. So crypto is going back up. Crypto is just wasted energy that can be used to power factories and make math. I don't think that's the case. Yeah, so Jimmy's in 8 minutes. I'm going to go do my usual hour and a half. So when he starts going live, tell people I'm live here too. You can have two screens open. Let's read some more super chats. Darth Buzzkill. What's up, Darth? Shaver Knuckles for Justice. If you pulled the ears of Biden and Pelosi, whose face would tear first? Great question. What percent would you give Hillary getting the nomination? Great work, Graham. Oh, she's hanging around. She's going to pop up somewhere. Just watch. If she becomes Joe's VP, then you better believe his dementia is going to become front and center the minute after he's sworn in. The minute after they're both sworn in, then his dementia, they're going to really start talking about it publicly. And it's, oh, we're so heartfelt. We didn't know, and we weren't sure. And she'll just like, we didn't know about Harvey Weinstein. She literally said that. We don't know. We didn't know. And then President Hillary Clinton. And all those any blue will doers and all those I'm with hers will jump up and cheer and say, yay, we won. And they will go to sleep while she bombs the world, keeps the sex trafficking going, and profits from evil. If you see her anywhere near Biden's campaign, that's what will happen. Make no mistake about it. None of your business. Shave your knuckles for justice. Good reporting on the elites driving our nation to hell. Thanks, man. I'm trying. Progressive. Double shave your knuckles for justice, progressive. Hey, Graham, I'm thinking the NH funding the Chinese lab was outsourcing U.S. banned research a la NAFTA. Avoid local laws. NAFTA, sorry. Only the damage is now worldwide thanks to, or I don't know. That's it. You know, that's an interesting thought, progressive. There's a lot of theories. You know, I when I had Whitney on the show a couple weeks ago, and we talked about her, you know, those pandemic simulations that this country has had as far back as 2001, the Dark Winter one. The one that predicted anthrax and all that stuff. I don't know, man. It's really, you know, could it be from the wet markets? Could be. Those wet markets are pretty creepy, man. As a vegetarian, that stuff that they do. And you know, and a friend of mine is Chinese, and she grew up with this, like, oh, Graham, my grandmother would say when I had a cold or whatever, take a bat, this, and she's like, it's nasty. So it could just be that. Because a lot of viruses and more viruses. I saw this on NBC News. More viruses they've tracked have been started because of I forget the name of it, but when it's transmitted from an animal to a human, because we've been encroaching upon, you know, we've been cutting down forests and deforestation, and this was on NBC News. I was really like, wow, they were letting him say this on NBC News. That deforestation is they're seeing a lot of links between a lot of these past viruses that have been global and deforestation. So it could be that. It could not, you know, but there are also, you know, bioweapons just disappearing from labs. I mean, you got to ask a lot of questions. It's hard to say. I don't know. You know, I do know whether it happened organically or whether it was planned. They are absolutely capitalizing on it to take away our rights and monitor us more. And this big $4.25 trillion they just gave. It's really, yeah. Keith M., Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. I try not to be a tinfoil hat, but I'm starting to think terrorism or pandemic, they let these things happen to create fear and suppress dissent. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get too tinfoil hatty either, but you see how, and there's literally those people, those back to work protests. It shows you how they're not, those people aren't protesting for Medicare for all or better wages or unionization of their jobs. They want to go die for capitalism. Like, we've all been propagandized so much. We're so brainwashed. It's crazy. And they always use, it's always fear. They always can, you get everybody scared. You can get them to do whatever you want. Malcolm X said it. You want to get people to run towards the fox? Create a wolf. There are some upsides, though. There was an article, I believe in the LA Times, that this is the best air quality LA has had since they started measuring air quality, like in the 1920s or something like that. So the last time the air quality was better than now was literally like before the Industrial Revolution, like when people were riding around Los Angeles with horses, before factories, before coal, before that stuff. So that's like, oh. And that's got to be worldwide, obviously. So all this like working from home and not commuting, and I don't know, maybe there's more to be said for that. We could all do this pretty easily just in a month. We just went like that. The air's cleaner. I'm hearing more birds and seeing more insects and all this stuff. So I don't know. McMindfulness, who moved my cheese. What's up? How you doing? Shave your knuckles for justice. You're making Gotham great again. Dehumanize, commodify the entire neo-feudal capitalist project, including Epstein, is about perpetuating a condition in which some humans are considered disposable. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, again, that Maria Farmer said to Whitney Webb is Ghislaine Maxwell and them and Epstein would like, you're less, they thought they were superior. We're better than you. You're nothing. And they would just and they'd start on these with these girls. They were children and just be like, you're nothing, you're less than, we're better, we're the superior. That's why Epstein, there was an article in mainstream media about how he wanted to create a master race and brought in all these scientists and billionaires to talk about it. Scary, creepy shit. And they think they're better. The 1%, the ruling class, they think they're better. And they think everybody else is just disposable. That's what they think. This pandemic, though, some of the good news is like we're realizing, oh, the frontline workers are more important. I don't care if a billionaire or a CEO doesn't go to work. Who gives a shit? Some Hollywood celebrity doesn't go to work. So what? I mean, I miss watching sports. I like the MLS. I like watching, I'm a WNBA season ticket holder. It's baseball season. I'd love to go watch sports, but it's just entertainment. I like going to the movies. I want to go, that's something I miss. I like going to the movies, but they're not critical. And billionaires and CEOs aren't critical to any of this. Frontline workers are. And so we're seeing now the power of the working class, the power of the 99%. And when those things, we do get to go back to live things, it's going to be, oh, the kid selling popcorn at the movie theater, the hot dog vendor, at the ball game, all those people. That's what's we're seeing. That is some of the I hope the masses, the 99%, wake up to this. I mean, a lot of people are just like, oh, we got to get Biden. And if Biden were to win in November, they'll go, yay, we beat Trump. It's all better now. Maybe. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of opportunity in this. And I hope everybody else does too. Yeah, the master race, it is all crazy Nazi shit. It's like, yeah, if so important, they should understand why people demand 15 an hour and at least a livable wage. Hit the like button, everybody. 243 likes, 368 watching. What are my thoughts on Seth Rich's murder? Conspiracy or just a botched robbery? Conspiracy is that he leaked the, yeah. I think it's fair to at least ask there's a lot of questions surrounding that need to be asked. And if you ask them, you are immediately called a conspiracy theorist. And it's like, why can't I even ask this question? That whole conspiracy thing was like concocted by the intelligence community to discredit people who bring up legitimate, like, wait a minute. Oh, you're a conspiracy. So like what the thinking is, and this is to get, and this is to, get groupthink out there, is, wait a minute. They say this guy say it was a botched robbery, yet his wallet, his watch, nothing was stolen. Can we just ask questions? There's no investigation. His family was like, don't invest. All of a sudden, his family was like, I don't want to invest. It's like, wait a minute. Why can't I ask that question? And you're immediately called a conspiracy theorist. Like, then if you just ask that question. You're not saying, oh, the Clintons killed. I'm not saying that. I'm just asking that question. I'm immediately lumped into Graham's a flat earther, Alex Jones, alien person. Like I'm just immediately, you're just lumped into the wingnut category of tinfoil hatters. And it's like, that right there is suspect. So I think there's a lot of questions about it. And I think Julian Assange, even said, he doesn't give up sources, but it's a weird set of circumstances. And when those Podesta emails came out, the Democratic establishment, which is including the Clinton, she was running for president, were like furious. It made them all look horrible. And to this day, they've never said the emails were faked, not even John Podesta himself. They just discredit WikiLeaks. Oh, they're a Russian this, and they're not. They don't never, because it would be easy to disprove if the emails were faked. You could disprove that in a heartbeat. There's computer forensics experts that could just say, oh, that's a fake email. Right. You could go, John Podesta or Nero Tanner or any of those people go, well, here's the actual email I sent. They doctored it. But yeah. And the vote any blue will do crowd just goes along with it. We're only mad about corruption in Republicans. Yeah. And what they did was they made it. And by not asking question, it's like, it's also what it's saying is don't ask questions. And hey, anybody working around, anyone who was involved in these leaked Podesta emails, guess what? People inside know. And when they saw what happened, they went, that's a warning. Watch your back. That's a warning. It's like Epstein. What Epstein? Well, really, he hung himself in prison with a paper T-shirt. The video just happens to disappear. No one's been charged except 2 guards. That's a warning. Hey, watch your back. And when Debbie Wasserman Schultz was fired by the head of the DNC and immediately hired by Hillary's campaign, what Hillary is saying, hey, everybody else, I got your back. So anyone else that's doing dirty work for the Clintons, it's you're worried. They're gonna hang me out to dry. No, I got your back. So what if the DNC fired you? She immediately got a job. That's what that was. Julian Assange said that. He goes, that's what that is. That's the Clintons going, I got your back. You're taken care of. If, and I just say if Seth Rich was the guy who leaked the emails, what that is saying is anybody else thinking about leaking, better think twice. Like Gary Webb. Gary Webb exposed a lot of stuff. And then the official police report said he committed suicide by shooting himself in the head twice. And that was made public. That was very deliberate. That wasn't bungled cops or some medical examiner just out of college, didn't know what they were doing. That's going, watch yourself, think twice. That's what that is. That's mob style. It's like that episode of The Sopranos where he said, this episode of The Sopranos where he goes to, sits down, the big guy, I forget what his nickname on the show was, Steve Sharippa was the actor's name. He used to own a comedy club in Vegas. Sits next to this guy, and the guy's like, so you're the head of that union or whatever. Who are you going to vote for? I'm going to vote for this guy. And he goes, boy, if I voted for that guy, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I'd have to put a bullet in my head here, here, and here. There's that episode of The Sopranos where he does that. And it was like he didn't threaten the guy. I mean, he didn't say it and he didn't put it into words. He didn't say, he just said, boy, I would do this to myself. And he did it real slow and real methodically. And the guy knew exactly what he was talking about. And that's what these things are. It's, I'll take care of you if you lie and cheat and steal from me. And anyone else that's thinking about being a good citizen whistleblower, watch out. Watch out, Kasoji. Watch out. That's a message. Serena Shim. You guys know about Serena Shim? Watch out. That's what that's saying. Vince Foster. Yeah, you think Epstein would ever be able to control himself and stay in hiding for the rest of his life? No way. Yeah, that's the other thing. He became a problem. His name was Seth Rich. Do I think 5G is safe? I've started doing more videos on that because a lot of my Patreon supporters are sending me stuff on that. So maybe I'll even start a 5G playlist, but I'm doing more investigation on that for sure. I have some questions about that, if that's safe or not. I've definitely started to ask some questions on that. Hey, Ryan, thank you. Buy some merch. Support the political vigilante. Guns for Justice. Vegan Guns for Justice. What's up, Victory Jen? Boom, boom. Yeah, thanks, Ryan, for making that. It's a great way to support the show is if you go to grahamelwood.com. I have a bunch of products on sale. I have a bunch of products for sale. 2 of them are on sale. My original Make Gotham Great Again shirt, very simple. It's on sale for $15. Everything includes free shipping, and I ship exclusively with the post office. Because they're union, I support them, and the Republicans and probably Democrats too are trying to gut them and privatize them. They nosedive the post office so they could say, oh, they're losing money. They don't know what they're doing over there. It's just a scam to try to privatize it so they can make more money. But I ship exclusively with the post office, and if you order tonight, it'll go out in the mail tomorrow. It's me filling the orders. It's me in my house filling the orders. So what's on sale for $15, including shipping, is the Make Gotham Great Again shirt. There's only a couple sizes left, and when those shirts are out, they're out. My other shirt is the Political Vigilante shirt that has this logo on it. These are, that has this logo on a black shirt, Make Gotham Great Again. And these are $25, shipping included. I have the Earbuds podcasting documentary that I directed that has interviews with Joe Rogan and Aisha Tyler and a bunch of other cool people. That is $25, free shipping. The Comedy Film Nerd Guide to Movies, which is this fun book of movie reviews, and we go genre by genre. At the end of each chapter, we do the 10 best and 10 worst. I've written 4 chapters in there. Dave Anthony, Will Anderson, Jackie Cation, Susie Nakamura, a lot of really funny comics in there, Laura House. So that's a fun book. And especially if you're stuck in quarantine, you want something fun to get your mind off stuff, and look for movies to watch on that you can stream online, like movies you haven't heard of. And then the others, the DVD called Live from Afghanistan, which is different. I have a documentary called Afghanistan that's available online. But Live from Afghanistan is me doing stand-up comedy. It's like a 45, 50-minute of me performing at 6 different bases in Afghanistan for the military, and I intercut interviews with military folks. It's really cool. That's on sale for $15. Free shipping. So $15, great way to support the show, and you get something cool. So thanks for bringing that up. 290 would like, hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony, shave your knuckles for justice. Who is the MVP of the squad? I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one. If they're all endorsed, I think they've all endorsed Biden. I stopped keeping track of which progressive has sold me out. Shave your knuckles for justice. Michael Lucas, what do you know about the dancing Israelis 9/11? Not much. Don't know much about that at all. Mark Montijo, shave your knuckles for justice. Clinton Foundation under FBI investigation out of Arkansas FBI office. Do you know anything about this? Not much, but I would love to know more. I'm sure it's a long, like, I'm sure it's gnarly. Hit the super chat icon. Great way to support the show, everybody. Let me do a segment. Let's do a segment. So what I do with these segments, I'll do them within a live stream like this, and then I'll release them like in the next day or two. I got a bunch of segments from the last couple of live streams that I'll release. And also, as I said, you can support the show at patreon.com/Graham Elwood. And the live interactive comedy shows, I put the whole show available at Patreon if you're at the $5 tier or up. Great way to support the show. Oh, wait, I forgot to do this. Boo, boo, boom, boom, boo, boo, boo. I got that song, Shelter from the Storm. I got that Bob Dylan song in my head. It's a beautiful song. Just beautiful. You listen to the lyrics. It's just one of those songs. I've never been like the hugest Dylan fan, but I just heard it. I was like, oh, man, this is a beautiful song. Beautiful. Hello, everybody. My name is the Political Vigilante. And you're watching Graham Elwood. You know what I mean. I'm Graham Elwood. It's called the Political Vigilante. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? So now more than ever, people need Medicare for all. You know, the thing that all of us progressives have been screaming about, the thing that made a lot of us support Bernie Sanders. He said Medicare for all. We supported it and supported it. And during the debates, Joe Biden go, how are you going to pay for it? And Bernie wouldn't fight back hard enough and go, I don't know, the same way we pay for all these wars. How about that, Joe? We'll just pay for it. Nobody asked how we're going to pay for all these wars. Bernie missed his opportunity to I'll be the leader of America. I'll get us through this pandemic. I'm going to give everybody Medicare for all if I'm president. Student debt forgiveness. We've talked about that. So what are the Democrats doing now? Right? We had this first stimulus plan. Some people have been turned down. And if you don't have health insurance and they've turned down people. Some people have died because they had COVID-19 and didn't have insurance, and the hospital said no. So people are screaming, "Oh, you won't have to pay if you're treated for COVID." And all these little Band-Aid things. No, we need free healthcare. Everybody needs free healthcare. You know, like they have in dozens of other countries. We're the richest country in the history of the world. It's one thing I haven't heard now during this pandemic. How are we going to pay for it? No one's saying that anymore. Bernie didn't fight hard enough. He should have. Complete disappointment. Sold us out. Not happy. Don't trust the Democrats ever. Here's another reason not to trust the Democrats. Their solution, this Pelosi type solution, this was in Common Dreams. It was also in Vox, but nothing but a taxpayer's subsidy to insurers. Democrats float plan to backstop for-profit healthcare industry during COVID-19 pandemic. Democrats are doing exactly what insurance companies want by expanding COBRA. We need Medicare for all now. This is submitted by Patreon member Eric Hughes. So Eric, thank you so much for supporting the show. You can support this show too by going to patreon.com/Graham Elwood. So I'm sure most of you know COBRA, but like if you have health insurance through your company and that job ends, you can pay to keep that same coverage, but it's expensive. I had healthcare through the Actors Union from doing some TV shows like over 10 years ago. And then it was like $500 a month to keep it. So they're just going to fund part of this. So that's the Democrats. That's Pelosi. Oh, she's resisting Trump. No, you're helping that's why she's worth $100 million, is because of bailing out big corporations like this. We need Medicare for all. That's what everyone needs. I have health insurance. I have it through Obamacare. It's cheaper, but it's not great. If I were to be in a hospital for 2 weeks, I don't know what kind of bill I would get. I'm terrified if I got this. I'm not worried I'm going to die. I'm healthy. I have no pre-existing conditions. I don't have a respiratory thing. I have a plant-based diet, which seems like that's very helpful. I don't eat meat. But what if it just gets really bad and I have to go to the hospital for 2 weeks? And I live and I survive and I get back and I'm fine. But then I'm going to get what? A $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 hospital bill? Oh, but Nancy Pelosi will make it not as much. No, it should be zero. I should have Medicare for all. You should have Medicare for all. This is the Democrats. And this is what a Joe Biden presidency will be. Or a Cuomo, or Gavin Newsom, or Kamala, K-Hive, whatever corporate Democrat that they're going to try to jam down our throats who's going to be somehow better than Trump. Just get any functioning adult in there. Okay, functioning adult whose tweets will be nice and it'll be business as usual for these big insurance companies. We need Medicare, demand it. We need to demand it. The cost of COBRA, an existing program which allows laid off and furloughed workers to continue to buy into their employer-provided insurance plan by shouldering all or large portion of the premiums, would be assumed by the federal government. Again, it's temporary. The Democratic Party will do anything to not give you Medicare for all. Same with the Republicans. The Republicans don't want to give it to you either, but they're just upfront about it. There was even some Republicans in the 2018 midterms that their own constituents in the Republican primary were like, we want, and the Republicans started backpedaling on this. People were demanding it. And had Bernie actually been a progressive fighter like we thought he was, he would be like, oh, he's going to be the nominee. He's going to be president. He'd be like, Joe Biden has dementia. He can't do this. I'm going to lead the country. God gave Bernie the opportunity, put him right in the perfect moment in history. And he went, no, thanks. Joe Biden's my friend. But I want to point out the Democratic Party, the democratically controlled Congress, the democratically controlled Congress, the one that has voted to give Trump an increase in his war budget. He now has $132 billion more per year than Obama had. And Obama dropped more bombs than Bush. So that's part of the big vote any blue will do resistance. This is the same democratically controlled Congress that extended the Patriot Act. This is the same democratically controlled Congress that voted to support Trump's border wall. And the best they can do is backstop COBRA, which would be a temporary thing. What that means is instead of giving Medicare for all, just from this point forward, everybody gets free health care. So whatever, when this pandemic's over, if another one comes, we're good. Everybody has free health care. So if you're a frontline worker, you're not worried. The Worker Health Coverage Protection Act would expand that to 100% coverage both for laid-off workers and furloughed ones. Again, it's temporary. Anything. We'll give you Medicare for all. We're not going to call it that, and we will limit the time on it. Anything to not just completely, because the healthcare companies and the big pharmaceutical companies have spent billions of dollars to prevent this from happening. That's why during the debates, when Joe Biden would say, how are you going to, Bernie's plan, it's going to cost $34 trillion, and Bernie wouldn't fight back hard enough. He did a little bit because Joe Biden is paid by those companies. And the panelists on whatever filthy corporate network would ask these same bullshit loaded questions. And then they would literally cut to an ad from a pharmaceutical company or a big healthcare provider. That's why Pelosi can't do it. She's worth $100 million because she's corrupt and has been selling out. But she's the lesser of two evil. She's better than Mitch McConnell, we're supposed to believe in some capacity. Mitch McConnell is a filthy parasite. In the case of laid-off employees, these new COBRA subsidies would cover both the employee and employer portions of the premium costs. In the case of furloughed workers, the bill would just cover the cost of the employee's premiums because the employer would still continue to pay in as well. Again, and let me make something perfectly clear. As a small business owner, I have no full-time employees. I have some part-time people I pay. I haven't been able to pay any of them. I'm one. It would help any small business owner if we had Medicare for all. Then I, small business owner, I don't have to worry about covering this a massive cost that keeps going up and up and up and up and up. And I know people with good jobs. You viewers have emailed me, shown me on social media. You have good jobs with good health coverage, but it's still not as good as it used to be. I know a friend of mine, him and his wife, they work for a massive pharmaceutical company. She has a very good job. And he's telling me, oh, Graham, each year it's costing more and more. And that's the good insurance. Medicare for all would make the economy better. We would all have more money to spend because we wouldn't have to worry about healthcare costs. A pandemic like this could be minimized. It would be just like, oh, lockdown. Everyone's got great healthcare. Go right now. The minute it hit this country, everybody, there's tests coming. Everybody get tested. Everybody get free healthcare. Take care. We're going to, self-quarantine, all that stuff put in place. Would have been easy. Like they did in South Korea, which is a capitalist country, but has better healthcare than we do. Same thing with Japan. It's affordable because if you don't have a job, you're going to get significant subsidies. Short term. Said Republican Bobby Scott, Democrat, another sellout, one of the bill's sponsors and the chair of the House Committee on blah, 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 lies and filth and kickbacks. This is what the DSA said. Democrats are doing exactly what insurance companies want by expanding COBRA. We need Medicare for all now. Ms. Pelosi selling out. House Democrats will unveil a bill to dramatically expand COBRA and subsidies. And here's the thing. Trump has talked about. Now, Trump, not a fan, don't think he's handling this crisis well, but he's talked about giving people free health care. If he does that, he wins the election. I'm just telling you. And if he just gives people better stimulus, he just goes, you know what? Everybody gets free health care. He's talked about, there's an article just came out. He's talking about forgiving student loan debt. Hey, anyone with $200-300 a month in student debt payments, oh, you're having trouble working right now? That's gone. We're paying that off. What if he does that? What if he gives everybody Medicare for all? He's talked about that. He will out-left this party and become president. And it won't because burn bros, us mean little crybaby burn bros, didn't vote for rapist dementia Joe Biden. It's because we wanted all of these things. Medicare for all, student debt forgiveness, free college, UBI. What we need right now in the middle of this, May 1st is right around the corner. Everybody's rent is going to be due in about 10 days. 11 days? And what? Now we haven't, because April rent was just about 2 weeks of people not working. Now we're going to have a month and a half of people not working. I haven't gotten my stimulus check yet. Have you? I applied for unemployment. I was told I don't qualify. Thanks. But she's got my back. Imagine right now, I have Obamacare, I'm paying for health insurance. Anybody out there that's paying for health insurance, how much of a relief would it be if the government said, your insurance is free now. Starting May 1st, everybody gets free health insurance. You're getting $2,000 a month, UBI, and you don't have to pay rent for the next 2 months. I'd be like, right now, I'm doing okay. Got this show, but everyone out there, there's like, and there's plenty of people who like got a full-time job and now they're just working from home, so that's great. But what about all the people I ride my bike around where I live, and I saw there was all these businesses closed down before this pandemic. All the bars and restaurants. What about those employees? I work in nightclubs. The show Ron and I were supposed to do April 24th in Seattle, That and the April 25th show in Portland have obviously been canceled, but the Seattle venue closed down. They emailed Ron and said, we're out of business. We're shutting our doors. So we're rescheduling the show, but we have to find a new venue. And that's what is breaking my heart is if this is going to keep happening to all these venues that Ron and I have performed at, all these comedy club owners, people I like. But thanks for Cobra. The proposal should be favored by providers since it will increase their likelihood of receiving higher commercial rates from these workers. This is a representative perhaps told Vox. Of course, that's what the Democrats are pushing. A plan that helps. So this is new. Senator Sanders and Representative Jayapal's healthcare emergency guarantee act would empower Medicare to pay all of the costs of treatment for the uninsured and out-of-pocket costs for those with public or private insurance for as long as this pandemic continues. Okay, well, that's good. I appreciate them doing that. I don't know why he didn't fight to become president to give Medicare for all for everybody. So he's going to keep doing this sort of fight from within, get these little amendments and things passed. All right, I mean, I'll take this. This is better than the other one. This is better than expanding Cobra. But that's what we have to take, guys. Table scraps or maybe this is better than table scraps. Maybe this is, just a half-eaten sandwich. So I don't have to dig in a garbage can anymore. I just get a sandwich that they took a little bit of a bite out of. But for the most of the sandwich is still good. I mean, if this passes, I wouldn't feel as scared to get it and be admitted to a hospital. Because if I was admitted to the hospital, I would fall under this category. I have private insurance, and any of the out-of-pocket costs would be covered by this healthcare emergency guarantee. So that's what that's saying. So if you have insurance, you get COVID-19, and it's so bad you got to go to the hospital, and you're in the hospital for whatever, a couple weeks. You get out, you're healthy, you're fine, you live through it. But you have, your insurance didn't cover this amount of money, this bill would pay that. That's good. That's good. I gave you money, Bernie, and did videos and campaigned and all that stuff because you said you're going to get Medicare for all. So I got to this is my nest. This is why I'm never giving you money again. And I hope you get this passed, but I'll never support you or the squad or the Democrats. You should have fought harder. You just buckled to Joe Dementia. Joe Dementia. I'm just calling him Joe Dementia. Believe all women unless they accuse Joe Biden. Then we'll let it slide. They're not covering this story on the corporate media the way I'm covering it here. Thanks for watching and supporting what I do. I literally cannot do this show without all of you. Thank you so much. You inspire me every day to get up and do this show and cover shit that the liars won't cover. Dem exit. Get out of the Democratic Party. We cannot reform that party from within. We need to start a third party. It needs to be labor-based. I don't care. Get the Greens and Movement for a People Party and the Libertarians. Get them all together, form one big party, and get those 100 million people that don't vote. Get all the independent. 45% of the country calls themselves independents. Give people a reason to show up and vote. You're not this vote any blue will do, and that ridiculous endorsement of Joe Biden, Obama. I'm done. I'm done. Oh, Obama that let 6 million foreclosures happen and drop more bombs than Bush. He's endorsing Joe Biden, who's a rapist. Man, that makes me rest easy. Makes me rest really easy. You know what never rests? My vegan guns. What's up, everybody? Also, folks, you can listen to, I put all these clips on the podcast. If you prefer to listen, if you want to listen to the podcast, the Political Vigilante podcast, which is in the news section of 340, 265 watching. Great show with Whitney. Thanks. Whitney Webb is awesome. She used to be with Mint Press News, which I love Mint Press. They do great work. And now she's with Last American Vagabond, another great independent news source. So it's great. Those are both two great sources I would recommend: Mint Press and Last American Vagabond. Yeah, she is badass. Yeah, Obama and Chomsky want to stay in Syria. I don't know why Chomsky is saying that. I don't understand that. Yeah, Biden yeah, Whitney Webb is writing for the Last American Vagabond now. So follow her on social media. It's @_Whitney Webb. I've tagged her in these videos that I did with her, and I'm going to be getting more stuff from her. Whitney, you know, she's a real journalist. She's out there fighting, and she's covering the Epstein stuff because the same reason I'm covering the Epstein stuff, because it like affects her. She just said, I refuse to accept that these people can get away with this. I refuse to live in a world where these people can just do this. You know, it's just, and I feel the same way. Like, I'm sorry, I got to say something. I know it's just me wearing an MLS jersey that I bought on eBay, you know, like, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to just sit back and let the ruling class just do whatever they want, and we just have to take it. I'm sorry. You know, this quarantine, you know, the smartest thing I ever did was listen to Jimmy Dore's advice 3 years ago and start my own YouTube channel, because I know a lot of comedians right now that are scrambling. If they didn't already have a profitable podcast or YouTube or something, they're scrambling right now. They're scrambling. I used to make my living almost 95% of my money was on the road, and now it's only about 25-30%. So losing these road dates, it stings a little, but I'm starting to make it up here. And I love this. I love this platform. I love that I can say what I want to say. And I love that there's new cool platforms like Rockfin. I'm going to go live tomorrow night on Rockfin, somewhere around 7-8 o'clock Pacific time. I'll announce it on Twitter. But yeah, man. Football. Which sport is MLS? Yeah, it's a Major League Soccer. So this is the professional soccer league in the U.S. It's not on the level of like the European, like La Liga or the Premiership. It's good. It's fun. The MLS is fun. The stadiums are all like 20, 25,000 seat stadiums. There's two teams in LA, the Galaxy and LAFC. LAFC is new, and they got a cool new stadium. And I've gone to a million Galaxy games. I like watch. It's fun. It's a fun sport. It's pretty reasonable price-wise, and it's not all like war machine like the NFL is. Yeah, Snorkway 2K. So MLS is soccer. So the two closest teams to you, there's a team in Minneapolis and there's a team in Chicago that you could go watch. Oh, there's also the Columbus. Oh, no, it's Columbus, Ohio. And then, yeah, that's probably far away. Those are the two closest teams. Free Assange indeed. Major League Women's Soccer, MILFs, haha, snort. Yeah, pot smoker pot. I miss watching the Premier League. That's fantastic. That is beautiful. That is the beautiful game. When you watch the Premier League and those European leagues, oh my goodness, that is just beautiful. I always tell people, I explain the MLS is like double or triple A baseball. It's like minor league. It's good. There's good people, but it's like, I've gone to some minor league hockey and minor league baseball games, which are a blast because you're close, the tickets are cheap. Yeah, there's corruption in every football league. It spreads out from the FIFA. Yeah, because it's big business, unfortunately. West Ham United. Portland Timbers. Yeah. Trump, Clinton, and Dershowitz too, though, bro. Absolutely flash. They're all involved in the Epstein. Let's read some more super chats, and we'll wrap this up with a song. Danny O'Brien, what's up, Danny? Shave your knuckles for justice. Our mantra is $2,000 times 18-month UBI. Medicare for all, rent mortgage forgiven for a year, mom and pop businesses, no repayment loans, and everyone gets a pony. Yes, I totally agree. And the thing is, it's like, oh, you guys are purity tests. Why do we progressives always have to take concessions? How come did the banks have to take a concession? The billionaire ruling class, what concessions did they have to make? Did Jeff Bezos have to sell one of his $100 million mansions? Oh, he didn't? Oh, he's made $24 billion in profit in this last month and a half because of this pandemic. Did you know that? Everyone's shipping on Amazon. They're going nuts. He fired Chris Smalls, who started a strike because he didn't want to die in an Amazon factory stuffing envelopes. They went on strike in France and the government actually upheld it. So, yeah, why do we always got to take table scraps? Frontline workers making minimum wage are like, I don't want to go die stuffing groceries or flipping burgers. The medical people, they need protective gear as well, of course, but any medical person will tell you, I signed up for a job that I knew was dangerous. I just want to help people. That's why I want to do this. And they're paid well for the most part. I'm sure they could use more money, but nobody said, man, I'm going to be a cashier at a grocery store and I'm going to put my life on the line to do it. I'm willing to make that set. No, they should get hazard pay. They should get paid sick leave. They should medical expenses covered if they got COVID at work. Give me a break, man. You're right, Danny. McMindfulness who moved my cheese. Shaving knuckles for justice. Abominable fancy. The rich find our agony and humiliation delicious. Yeah, they profit from it. And they have no sympathy for it at all. And you listen again back to the Epstein survivors and you hear about Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, these people. They were monsters. Les Wexner is a monster. And then you have reporters like Vicky Ward who were flat out lying and profited from this and went and had drinks with Ghislaine Maxwell after she interviewed Maria Farmer. Yeah, she's a fucking piece of shit. A lot of reporters are soulless pieces of shit who just protected the ruling class, cozied up to Ghislaine. Oh, they're awful. Citizens Media TV, what's up? Doing an interview with you Monday. Conspiracy theorists, Bernie bro, fake news, etc. is implicit permission from elite to the less privileged to discriminate against the disadvantaged. Absolutely right. You could not have said that better. And again, watch my MMT playlist and go watch Citizens Media TV. Jeff does good work over there. I'm having him on the show tomorrow. So thanks for supporting the show, Jeff. I really appreciate it. And thanks for opening my eyes almost 2 years ago now to MMT. I've been awoke ever since, my brother. Allison and I. What's up, Allison? Shaving Knuckles for Justice. Wish I had more. Thanks for the stream. Allison, I just appreciate it. And I say this to everybody. If many of you say, Graham, I can only give you a couple bucks or I don't have it. And it's totally cool, man. I appreciate whatever you can give. And thank you, Allison. I know times are tough. And I always say this, there's a lot of great free ways to support the show. Like, that's huge. It might not seem like much, but hitting the like button, making sure you're subscribed. You might have been unsubscribed. Believe me, that's happened. So I want to get to 100,000 subscribers this year. That's my goal. So sharing my videos on your social media, it takes 2 seconds and it's free. Comments in the comments section. Thumbs up and comments on all the YouTube videos really helps. Following me on rockfin.com/Graham Elliott. That's free. Endorsing the videos. Just go through all my videos and just boom, 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 boom. It's called endorsing on Rockfin. I get residual income for that. Listening to my Pandora channel. I have a Graham Elwood Pandora channel. My 2 comedy albums, Comedians Got a Boo Boo, which came out in 2009, I think, and Palm Strike Dance Party, which came out in 2012, 2013. Those are both on the Graham Elwood Pandora channel. That's free. Pandora is like a lot of things, like YouTube, like you can listen to it for free and they have ads every once in a while. If you don't want to hear ads, you can pay a premium. But if you just listen to my Graham Elwood Pandora channel, you get free stand-up comedy. And if you like my videos, I get residual income just for you listening. So it doesn't cost you a penny and I get paid. All the artists get paid. So those are the free ways to support the show. And I really, really appreciate it. I really, I understand what it's like to have money tight. I went through bankruptcy and foreclosure when Obama let the bank steal my house, which is why I'll never fucking vote for Joe Biden, in addition to him being a rapist with dementia. So I get the money tight thing. And I really appreciate it. When money's tight and you're supporting me, you all keep me going. Matt asks, what's up, Matt? Shave him for justice, Matt. Get up close and shave it. Mentioned you were going for a bike ride later. What equipment you rocking? Actually, I did one before that. I usually exercise before I live stream. I don't have anything fancy. I just have a giant bike, brand name, not. I have a huge, like one of those old timey bikes with the big tire. That's what I ride, and I wear a top hat and I wear a mustache. No, the brand Giant. I actually bought it when I moved down to the beach like 15 years ago. I was like, I want a bike, and I bought it used for $150, and it's awesome. And I've, probably had to put $50 a year into it on average over the last whatever, I don't know. And it's great. I love it. It's a great commuter bike. Like when I run errands and I don't want to use my car. It's like today, I just went on a long ride for like 50 minutes or so. I don't have a really fancy high-end bike. I have these urban bike shoes, which I'll show them to you. They're really cool. They're not, I don't like clip-in because I just have too much, there's just too many stoplights, and I just don't like that shit. This company didn't pay me. They didn't give me these shoes for free. I just found them online. So they have just like and it just kind of grips the tires. They're really light. They got a reflective thing here. They're from this company, I think Merrill, which I've worn some of their stuff before. Yeah. I should reach out to these companies and say, hey man, give me some free samples and I'll plug them. I'm giving them free. But yeah, they're really cool. I like them. And then I wear, I'm a safety nerd, so I wear a helmet, of course. I think I got this at Costco for $15. It has an adjustable thing right here, and then this light goes on, which I only when I ride at night. There's two settings. I prefer flashing because more cars see that way. And then I usually wear glasses. Now I'm riding with a mask. I have this homemade mask that's all janky, but I ordered a good breathable one that has a filter that's coming in the mail soon. And I wear bike gloves and glasses and a bright colored shirt. So that's my gear, bro. Melissa H, shave your knuckles for justice. Stryker's poetry sounded like Shatner or Hooker. So last night on the comedy show, I did this character, Detective Kent Stryker. I have a playlist where I did this short film called Hello Junkie, and you'll see this character. We shot it to look like it was the 70s. We used old 35 millimeter footage, film, not footage, old film, and we lit and shot it to make it look grainy like a 70s cop show. And it's this character I've done for years. I did it last night. So watch the short film on my YouTube playlist. It's a blast, and it's got music, and I drive a big car. My hair's all big. It's all takes place in the 70s. And so I'm going to start doing that character more, and some of the poems and stuff. So I'm glad you liked it, and watch it. And again, I put the whole comedy show on Patreon at $5 level, but I'm going to pull out some little clips. Philip Henderson, boom. Shave your knuckles for justice. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Do more Bill Shatner under social distances. Thank you, Philip. Happy birthday. You keep us going, Graham. Right on. Fat tire bike, low rider bike. We no longer have gold. The Rothschilds emptied Fort now. That's a nice helmet. Great find. Yes, $15. I went to a bike store once and I was like, what's the difference between a $15, $20 helmet and a $120 helmet? Is the $120 one better? And he's like, no, it's just lighter. I was like, oh, that helmet's. And like, I got a backpack, and a lot of times I'll go run, like I ran errands. I bought this piece of equipment that didn't work right. I dropped it back off at Best Buy. When you guys buy orders from me and I fill them, I go on a bike ride, I put them in my backpack and drop them off. So I'm rarely using my car, even though I have an electric car, but I prefer riding my bike around town. It's just great. It's just fantastic. So also do some shimshay. Yes, I will drop the shimshay clip. Guy Fawkes. Love a good bike riding city. Yeah, it's awesome. Santa Monica and Los Angeles are actually, they've gotten so much better in the last 10 years. More bike lanes. You know, they've really tried to make this a more sustainable city, and they've done a pretty decent job with it. Before all this crazy lockdown stuff, they did a really good job of, like, I would take my bikes. You can take your bike on the light rail and the train and the buses, and it's really, and they have bike shares everywhere. Like, it's, I love doing that stuff, man. My fiance wants to know when the next virtual progressive comedy tour is. She loved the one we saw. Yeah, it is tomorrow, next Saturday. We're going to do them every Saturday at 5 o'clock Pacific. I just dropped the ticket link. It's $5. So every Saturday for the next couple, as long as this pandemic goes, hopefully we won't have to do too many, and we'll start to go back on the road. But for the next at least 2 or 3, if not 4 Saturdays, 5 o'clock Pacific, it's $5. There's only 100 slots available because it's through Zoom, but come check it out. Detroit got better too. Well, good to hear, Matt. When the traffic is back, road rage is going to spike. We'll go, I hope not. Yeah, Gates was on the Lolita Express 2 days after, yeah. The Gates-Epstein connection video you made sounded like a wacky conspiracy theory if there wasn't proof of it. Yeah, it does sound wacky, but there's proof. I showed the flight logs. I've showed the executor of Epstein's will worked for the Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation, the flight logs he was on in 2013, 4 years after Epstein was guilty and, you know, imprisoned in that little, you know, amusement park jail that he was in, but still he was found guilty of sex with a minor. So there's just too much evidence. I just go off of evidence. I don't go off of, I always say follow the money. The truth is in the money. Follow the money and follow the flight logs. You know what it is? You know what Bill Gates is? It wasn't like you went on his plane once and didn't know. No, you went on, you knew 4 years after he was found guilty, you were hanging out with him. And Maria Farmer said, again, what she said is she's corroborating other evidence. She saw Bill Gates interact with Jeffrey in the 90s. They've known each other a long time. Bill Gates claims, oh, I just met him in 2011 and I didn't know much. No, that's not true. It's not true. Overwatch Pappy Choloman. I'm just hearing about this guy. He sounds pretty rad. Bill Gates has the best PR team money can buy. Even I used to think he's a good billionaire as a kid. Yeah, that's all part of a Shatner, Granny Petrol duet, Islands in the Stream. Oh, that's hilarious. I'll have to do a little more prep on that one. But let me find a song because I need to eat and I'm losing my voice. What song do you think, kids? What do you think? Shelter from the Storm? Oh, Jimmy's got Jordan Sheridan on the show. Awesome. We'll go watch that when that's done. That's cool. I love Jordan. 9,000 watching, only 200 watching my show. Okay, whatever. I get it. Go in Jimmy's live chat and say, tell everybody to, I'm about to end, but tell everybody to subscribe to the Political Vigilante. Do that. That would help. Oh, I got one. I got one. Here's a great one. Here's a great one. And I put the karaoke songs on Patreon and on premium level on Rockfin as well. Do You Really Want to Hurt Me by the Culture Club? Give me time to realize my crime. Let me love and steal. I have danced inside your eyes. How can I be real? Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Precious kisses, words that burn me. Lovers, they never ask you why. In my heart, the fire's burning. Choose my color, find a star. Precious people always tell me that's a step too far. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Do you really want to hurt me? Do you, Spot, do you really want to make me cry? We're on a 5-year mission to seek out new worlds and new civilizations. Once our few I have spoken, I could waste 1,000 years. Wrapped in sorrow, words are choking. Come inside and catch my tears. You've been talking, but believe me, if it's true, you don't know. This boy loves without a reason. I prepare to let you go. It's love you want from me, then take it away. Everything's not what you see. It's over today. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Cry. To seek out new life and new civilization. To boldly go where no man has gone before. Warp Factor 5, Mr. Sulu. And I ask you one more time, do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry, you Klingon bastards? You killed my son. Ladies and gentlemen, that's today's show. Let's wrap it up here. Oh, look at this guy with a beard talking. A lot of talking beards. Ladies and gentlemen, that's today's show. Please hit the like button. Thank you, everybody who supported the show. And tomorrow I will be going live exclusively on rockfin.com. I will announce it on Twitter, either 7 or 8 o'clock Pacific time. Tomorrow, exclusive live stream only on rockfin.com. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Thank you to all the people who did the super chats. I really appreciate it. I'm going live like 5 days a week, and now one of them's on Rockfin. I will see you tomorrow night. Videos dropping every day. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification button and start following me on rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Do you really? Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate everybody coming on the show. Bill Gates is not a doctor. I'm a doctor, Jim, not an Epstein friend. That's not good. Hold on, let me put that there. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it. Tell everybody over at Jimmy's live stream I said hello. Tell everybody over there to subscribe to the Political Vigilante and shave your knuckles for justice. You're making Gotham great again. GrahamElwood.com for merch and tour dates.